Welcome to BaytBushra. I'm Bushra and this is my home. Today we are making Harissa. Harissa is what I call it because I am Shamiye. Other people call it Basbousa or Basbousa. It's the same thing. Main ingredients are farina or smeed khashin and coconut powder. Now the coconut powder that I have is unsweetened. You have to use it as a powder. Coconut flakes doesn't really work, or like shredded coconut doesn't work either. If that's all you have, then run it through a blender or a food processor until they're more fine, like what I have here. Alright, so now let's just put this together. In my big bowl here I have some smeed. Just going to put everything together, all the dry stuff first. Coconut powder. Here's the sugar, baking powder, some salt, and that's my leavening ingredient or my rising ingredient. Alright. Next I have 1 cup of mazola and I have 1 cup of yogurt. Whenever I have recipes with oil in them, I always measure out the oil first in my measuring container, and then I'll measure out, and then I'll pour it out, and then I'll measure out my other ingredients in the same container. I like to do the oil first because then it ensures that the rest of my ingredients are just going to smoothly pour out. I also like to add water last because water is going to help clean out the laban and the zait. So now you're just going to mix this completely thoroughly. So this is what my mixture looks like right now. Okay, and it's smooth and it's creamy, and if I go like this, there's nothing, you know, there's no like clumps or hidden pockets of sugar or farina or coconut, so I'm happy with this texture. All right, so what we're gonna do next is, it's important right now to use your tahine. This is the secret ingredient, secret tip from BaytBushra. This is how they do it in the blad. So you're gonna take your tahine and mix it. The sesame paste kind of settles at the bottom, so we wanna mix it really well. And then use enough to cover your entire pan. Basically, you're gonna grease your pan with the tahine. If you don't want to use tahine or you don't have tahine, just grease your pan with like spray or a little bit more oil. Don't be afraid to get messy. Take a little bit and make sure you grease the sides as well. And now pour this mixture and spread it out. So while I'm spreading this out, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what harissa is. Farina, let's take a step back. So farina is actually cream of wheat. So if you can't find smeed khashin or farina, or it's not labeled that, it's basically a box of cream of wheat. And harissa tastes like a cream of wheat sweet cake with almond flavorings and coconut. So it's a cake, and then you're gonna sweeten it with the atar, which I have another video on that. It's just really, really good. I totally recommend it. This makes enough for like a azima, a gathering or a dinner party that you want to have. So make for your friends. So because farina is a grain, we're going to let this rest, and the grain is going to bloom, if you will, and drink up some of the liquids. We're going to let it rest for half an hour. Right, so it's been about 30 minutes. The last 10 minutes I turned on my oven so it could be nice and warm for this to be set up. Similarly to the way we made the MacLeod, where you're going to slice before you bake and then slice again afterwards. And I have these slivered almonds. That's really all I had. I don't want you to go out and run to the store just to get some blanched almonds for the top of this harissa, which is the traditional way for it to look like. But honestly, it doesn't matter. If you have pistachios at home, if you have walnuts, if you have like slivered almonds like I do, that'll be totally fine. If you don't have anything, you don't even need to top it. It's simply for decoration. So I'm gonna slice this and put it in the oven. Alright, so the final thing we need to do now, as soon as my harissa is out of the oven, is to re-slice it and then pour the lovely atar all over top. you for watching and for subscribing and for following me on Twitter and Instagram. If you have suggestions for my next video, then leave it in the comment section below. I also want to thank you for being patient with me. I know it's been a while since I posted my last video. Life happens and I am super stressed out. In the summer, we will most likely resume our regular programming, and until then, I will make videos for you whenever I have time. The link to the recipe is in the description box below, and I will see you next time, inshallah.